Hey guys,
Hello.
Hello, good day.
I'm gonna message Bin Bin. Hi Bin Bin. I'm logged in. Once you log in, I can pause.
just join.
Yeah. So just Bin Bin is here. Hi Bin Bin. I'm gonna pass the host to you.
Thank you.
Make host.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be transferred now, Bin Bin. Feel free
Okay.
to share screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
No. Okay. Since we don't have topics today, um,
Hello.
so hello. Let's wait another maybe just one more minute. Okay, so we can start now. Uh, so since we don't have like specific topics today, we can just go through our any new updates. The big one. Okay, so I know update yet. Hey, sure. So I wonder if your PR will include the safe change.
Um, no, I think we were just waiting for this guy to see if he's willing to continue the work. But he didn't respond to my last message, so I guess he just ignored it.
Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, but it's not a critical PR, so I
Oh,
think we
no, not at all.
yeah. So okay, we can just keep it open. The cache CIR cache provider. Jinchen, any update of this?
This one is still work in progress. I have some other high priority work items.
Yeah, I see. So do you think we can like have everything done except the E2E test end of, by the end of this month?
Yeah, I think that can happen.
Okay. So I remember we have offline discussion of this PR. So basically, it will be broken down to two PRs. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. The main features and the configuration part. So I will make some progress by tomorrow. So yeah, I can have this ready for review. The first one ready for review, likely this week.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Jingchen. I think for the configuration part, you had some discussion with E. Would you be able to like provide like a high level summary here so while everyone is on the call?
Oh, sure. 1 second. Just let me bring up the summary about the discussion. Uh, so by the discussion with E about the high level design, the main purpose is to keep the design of the KMP entry the same behavior as the verifier. So yeah, thank you for opening the design doc. So should we go up to the graph for now? Yeah, thanks so much. Let's go up a little bit more on the first one. So as you can see on step 2, we have 2 entry for the CIL handler. We can get the CIL from the KMP or the notation verifier. So the purpose of the second PR is to ensure that we have exactly the same behavior when we get the CIL string, and by which we mean using the same fetcher to download, using the same cache management, and we will have our configuration about timeout and retry improvement. Get those configuration applied to both CAMP and notation verifier. That's the overall high level design.
Oh, got it. Is there any changes to the KMP definition that we need to align with E?
For the KMP definition, currently no. We just have a new function about fetch DCIL into get certificates function. So far we do not have any upgrade to the camp itself. Oh, besides the configuration I mentioned previously about the retries and the timeouts, those values should be passed into the KMP for sure.
I see. Do we have a sample like of the like this diagram here is the internal implementation. If we look at the design, like sorry, the work items for the design doc, there's a work item breakdown.
Yeah. Oh,
Binbin, if you go down to the breakdowns, yeah. So for the third one, that engage PM discussion, is that to align on the like the fetching logic that we just talked about, or is there some discussion around the CR, like the interface definition?
the factor the third item is actually what we're talking about right now. And yeah, for the configuration, I will align with the notation verifier trust policy. And I can have a sample in the PR to showing what the change looks like.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. So also, I think if there is any update on the like for example on the CR or the configurations that users might need to touch, and I think that we can involve PMs like early on the discussion so that it will not block our like PR.
Sure.
Okay, move to next one. Hmm. Check the conversation.
Yeah, I kept 2 or 3 comments as unresolved so that maybe we can discuss them. Like on this one, Akash, you asked this question. I wasn't sure if like the answer that I provided is exactly what you asked for. Did you have a look at this?
Yeah, no, thanks for clarifying this. Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. The reason I asked this was because this is very important um, for the actual signature to be verified correctly with
Yeah.
cosign. So I just wanted to make sure that there's parity between the two.
Yeah. Okay. So this can be resolved. There are, I think, 2 more comments. So yeah, on this one, yeah, thanks for the comment, Akash. But maybe this is just a newbie question on the Go language. Is this the way, I mean, the second comment that I provided, is this the way to check for the response being nil?
Oh, I see. It's an empty struct. It's not
Okay,
a
it's
point.
not a pointer. Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
So if it's an empty struct, so I think we don't need the linear check.
Yeah, yeah. If it's not a pointer, then I think it's fine.
Okay, that's good because you know, if I needed to do that reflect that new deep equal thing, I had to, you know, create interfaces and structs to cover the new lines because currently the coverage has gone below 80% and I needed to do that. I was actually about to do that, but if it's not needed, I'll get rid of it and the PR is just ready. If there was, I think, one more comment. Oh yeah, this one. So I didn't see any usage of the cloud environment name anywhere else. Do we still need to keep cloud name? Do you guys know if it's used anywhere else? Because I didn't see any use cases for that. So I could easily just remove it. And when I tested after that, everything works fine.
I feel go ahead.
No, Ben, go for it.
Yeah, I just feel if the like E2E test works and like everything is fine, so we can just like remove this. Maybe it's just handled by the new SDK.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and I removed it. This PR actually doesn't have the cloud environment or that function that parses the Azure environment or the cloud name in the struct. So I just removed it.
Yeah, my question was to understand how exactly do you specify the cloud then? Because is it based off of the endpoints? Because like the Mooncake cloud for Azure has a different endpoint than the public cloud.
Yeah, so
And
you know, you just pass a Vault URI to the client.
mhm,
When you create the client, you just pass the Vault URI. And that client has the Vault URI inside it. And whenever you call get secret, it uses that internal information to get the secret. So I'm assuming that the cloud name is handled by that client. You don't need to pass it as an extra parameter when you get the certificate, get the secret, or anything else.
okay, so it must be encoded in the Vault URI then.
Yep, yep. And yeah, I just pass the vault URI to create the client, and I don't need to know the cloud information anymore, like anything more than that.
The ultimate test would be to go against a key vault in a different cloud, but I don't know if that's easily testable. Is that possible?
It's possible. I mean, we can set up in Mooncake, but I think it's okay. Maybe this shouldn't block this PR. I'm just curious how because it was removed because it was more explicit in the previous implementation. How do they do that in the new one?
Yeah. Yeah, I've only seen this logic like cloud name where they do validations where, oh, if you're pointing to a cloud that's not in our list, we will catch that early and say, hey, this cloud is not valid. Just reading the code, I also kind of just assumed that the key vault URI have the cloud specific identification that we will know how to fetch the key vault. But yeah, like it's not on the code path right now. Like Shram, I think it'll be good to test. Only if it's like feasible though.
If if you guys think it's needed, I can test it. Do I have access to any of the other like cloud environments?
What the setup would be challenging that like Akash, if the AKS cluster is in public cloud and the key vault is in, say, Mooncake, how would the identity be granted access to the Mooncake key vault?
Oh no, I think we would have to do the whole thing in Mooncake. So you
Yeah,
would need to spin up AKS, ACR, Key Vault. So it's involved.
yeah. I think it's
Uh,
not worth it at this point.
yeah, makes sense.
By the way, if you go down to the end, I actually found something a bit weird, and I talked to Josh. He said that this was a mistake. Like this status enabled string should have been just enabled, and it was true. I think it was making some issues when I created the cert status map. So I fixed it in this PR. I'm not sure if it should be fixed in this PR, maybe, but I didn't think it's worth to have another PR just to fix this simple string. So I fixed it right here. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Thanks for the fix.
So yeah, I think those were all the comments that I didn't resolve on my own and I wanted to discuss. There was one other comment by, I think, Juncheng, and I provided an explanation. I'm not sure if it made sense, but yeah, in certificate store, there is a slightly different implementation for the initialization of the Key Vault client. And it was only because it needed to provide some unit tests, and it created an alias of the init function, and that was only to be able to mock things, and that's it. So the implementation is slightly different, but it's only for mocking purposes. And if I just want to move it to the way that we implemented in e-management provider, then we are not able to, have those unit tests that are already defined in the certificate provider. So that's just because of that there's a difference.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think I'll just remove those lines that I added for checking the secret response, certificate response to be nil. And after that, I'm pretty sure that the coverage is going to go up above 80% and the PR is just ready.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think it's almost done. I will take another quick review and approve the PR if everything is fine.
Thanks. Just give me a few seconds to remove that extra code, and
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you know once it's ready.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
First.
Okay, next one, the Ratify V2 design. So basically, yesterday I had a conversation with Akash, and also I had a discussion with Shiwei. So yeah, I think we may have some like new areas for the refactoring, and one is about our CRI use case. So I think for current CRI commands, it's not actually it's not properly like designed. And one refactoring would be move the serve not the serve command out of our command. In my current implementation, the serve command will not be a separate command. It will just be a binary to run our service, and everything in the command folder will be like the utility command for the ratify, like the setting up something or maybe to verify, but not to start up the service. And also for the CRI and the service configuration. So currently our CRI configuration is a config JSON file, but for our service, we have a lot of CRs or CRDs. And one possible improvement is to wrap up like all the CRs into a big one, or maybe a refined one, so it will be easier for users to set up like our configuration for the service. And also we want this like service configuration and CRI configuration can be like convertible between each other. So it will be nice for the users to transfer one configuration to another one between like between like different use cases. And one more is about the our plugin framework. So basically, I think we have a lot of options to reflect our plugin frameworks. Yesterday we discussed about like we can use some pipes, Fargate, and also maybe we just need to redesign the overall plugin framework, like the gRPC framework. We actually Susan have done some investigation before, so that's also one possible solution for us, but I still need to do some investigation. But the overall goal of the plugin framework is that firstly, we want to fix all the bugs and limitations for now, and also we want it to be extensible in the future. And a better way would be we can like have everything on as an external plugin. So the plugin dependencies will not add to our main repo. And also, Shiwei suggested me to add an architecture diagram like comparison between the current one and the proposed one. So I will create another issue to like add those two like architecture diagrams. So that will be it will be a different issue, not a discussion PR. Yes, okay, that's all the updates on this PR. I will update I will update this PR with our like discussion, but and just wonder if any questions on the or any feedback on this discussion. Hey, Fema, are you
Hey,
still?
Bingbing.
Hey, yes.
Yeah, I like the idea to add a diagram, an architecture diagram to compare the current brand new design for the Ratify framework, and also with the legacy or Ratify V1 architecture diagram, I think diagram gives us a very straightforward understanding of the difference. And I have a question that I already left in this pull request. I'm thinking that make the scope of this proposal much clearer. Sometimes I feel this is a very huge, it's a very broad proposal for the V2 milestone. But after reading the whole content, I think the major purpose of this proposal is to design a brand new framework for a new extensible and pluggable design for Ratify, right? So I'm thinking that move the new feature section to the roadmap and only keep this proposal focused on the new framework design, especially for the current limitations, and elaborate on why we need to redesign or refactor these components.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can move the features out of this PR.
Yeah, I'm opening to others' opinions. I thought you also looking for the opinions from others. So if we all agree that we can split the focus into two parts, I think the one for the current proposal, we can focus on the redesign and refactoring. And another part for the new features, we can move it out and keep it in the roadmap. All features that we plan for V2, this should be a open discussion, and we can keep it in another PR into roadmap.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I think even for the V2, it will not be release the stable version very soon. So I think for some new features, they might come up in both V2 and V1 for maybe for a few months.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll update the doc. Thanks for the
If
feedback.
if you can make the scope much clearer, I think this PR could be accelerated and could be easier to be merged. If we have a very broad scope and goals for the V2 design, I think it will take a long time to review and align the community.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so we can move to next one, the Alibaba PR. Actually, I wonder if Alibaba engineers have reached to you, Simon.
Yeah, I had a discussion with Dahu. The author name is Dahu from Alibaba Cloud Security Team. I believe he is actively updating this pull request according to our comments. So I think this PI is on track. But if you have any actions or specific questions, I can help to ask Dahu to follow up. And he is also in the Ratify Slack channel.
Oh,
Yeah, Bingbing, my suggestion, let's review all the conversations and resolve the ones that's being resolved. I think Dahu commented on a few conversations saying what is updated. So for example, this one on the screen, I think he taken our feedback that he could remove the ACR authentication token map. So he's cleaned it up. Once I review his latest commit, I will resolve this conversation. So I think there's a few other active ones we can resolve in the thread. And then after we have reviewed it, we can I'll say in my review comment that he also need to resolve the merge conflict in the mod file. And I think he's gone through a few iterations. There's one more tracking thing. I think I followed up on if he want to enable metrics for this auth provider. He said we can create a tracking issue for it. Maybe he will look into it in the future.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I think it's almost done. So hopefully it can be merged by this week.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. And the thing, actually, I wonder if you can think with Alibaba engineers to see if they have any like feedback on our like use case, use scenario, like a user experience on the Ratify. So maybe, for example, I can take their feedback in our V2 design. So it will be pretty good for both of us.
I think I can request their review on the Ratify V2 design pull request. Currently, I don't think they have any specific feedback because we already asked this. They mentioned that they may have furthermore feedback and feature requests after they officially landed this feature on their Kubernetes service.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I can request this author to review the V2 design. It may have some different insights from their team.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, we have built all PRs for the issues. We have some triage issue. This one I'm already working on, so I'll remove the charge. And DRL cache. Okay, I think Jinchen is also working on that. I'll remove the charge. And the milestone. Oh, it's refresh your monitor. Jinchen, will you break down these issues into separate one? I remember for the refresh one,
Yeah.
this is not in scope.
Yeah, exactly. I can create a new issue, including the refresh monitor, and let the CRM cache write it.
Okay, I'll move it. I put this into the current milestone, and you can create another one.
Sure thing.
For log message. Oh yeah. So okay, so this one we are just waiting for the implementation. We can remove the charge. For the last two issues, Akash, do you have bandwidth on these two issues?
It's a good question. I think I could. This one 1913 is fairly small, so I should be able to get a PR for that hopefully next week.
Okay.
But I will reconfirm. I've just been working on a few other things, so
Yeah, certainly. I don't think it's a critical one. Is that correct?
yeah, no, it's not critical. This is just part of investigation from I believe one of the other users. Oh, it was on Slack. Someone had pointed out that there was a missing configuration for some of the pod level configs. So yep.
Okay. Remove charge. And then the next one, okay, is helm value setup. Yeah. Let's remove the charge. Okay. So change to have a new one. And this one is probably in the next milestone. I'll add it to 1.5 for now. And if Jinjin, you can finish it in 6 milestone, it will be better. Yeah.
Noted.
Okay. So, oh, there's still one. Try to signing. Think we will not do this in the current milestone. So probably to the next one, 1.5. Okay, so Ratify, we put it down for the Ratify web. We don't have the PS. Okay, no, uncheck the issues. Okay, I think everything is done. One, if anyone has some topics to want to discuss.
Just share an update. I just followed up with Microsoft Domain Manager team with the domain transfer. Now I have some time on continuing follow up on this. So I think the plan is to work with domain team, our Microsoft domain team, and also CNCF to finish the transferring process by end of this week.
Okay,
Because
cool.
there will not be any outage according to our conversation with both teams. So ideally, if we can finish the transferring, I think we can move the Ratify CNCF onboarding process move the Ratify CNCF onboarding steps move forward. Yeah.
Do you need us to help?
No, Susan has helped me to connect with the domain team via a ticket. I think there's nothing special.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you for the follow-up, Feynman. Do you know if CNCF other tickets have any updates?
I think they are pending on us to provide the DNS name server and also the auth code. If they got the information, they should be able to proceed with the domain transferring.
Oh, got it. What about the, do we have a separate ticket for adding ourselves to the CNCF calendar and the Zoom account? And are they being tracked separately?
In terms of the Zoom account, it looks like this has been blocked because they have another dependency they have to figure out. But we can raise another ticket to add Ratify meeting link to the CNCF calendar. It does not have conflict with the Zoom account.
Got it. Yeah, sounds good. So does that mean we might need to move the meeting time based on the availability? Like, are we likely to keep the current time, or do we have to find another time? What does adding to the CNCF calendar mean?
If you can, do you know where's the CNCF calendar? I can show you the link if you are not aware of that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have the link. If you can post it in the chat, that would be great. But I'm wondering in general that if there's no open slot, right? Do they try to avoid like overlapping meetings? Do we have to find an empty slot? Are there any guidance around the time and things like that? Like any guidance on do we need to make sure the community meeting works for multiple time zones, etc.?
Bingbing, if you are sharing the screen, can you open the calendar? I can answer Susan's question after we walk through this calendar. I just shared the link in our chat, in our Zoom chat. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is a public calendar that shows every CNCF project's community meetings. I think we can raise a ticket to request CNCF to add Ratify community meeting information to this calendar. In terms of the time zone, I think it's hard to cover every time zone for maintainers. I think we can see what are the main maintainers and which time zone that they are working in. At the moment, I think we, as main maintainers, I think we should cover at least Australia, China, and United States. So I think the current schedule is good. We don't need to change it at the moment.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Interesting. Like, okay, so Notary Project is on a Monday, but for North America, that's on a Sunday. So yeah, okay, so Notary Project is the only meetings so far on the Monday. Okay. And where would we be? Like, what time zone is the current calendar based
I
on?
believe the
Binbin's
current
local time
calendar
zone?
shows,
Yeah, I think it's based on my local time zone.
yeah, based on the
Oh,
local,
okay.
based on your location.
Okay, got it. So if we keep our current time, it'll be Thursday morning, 8 o'clock
Yeah, probably that.
on this calendar.
I think there is no conflict yet. It's more, oh, it's 12 a.m., 11 p.m.
Yeah. I'm amazed, like none of these are currently overlapping. Amazing.
Yeah.
And there's no empty slot, like, So 8 o'clock, it's Mike Rock community, is it? Yeah, OPA is 6 a.m.
And then next one is 4 p.m. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think it's good for us.
Yeah.
I will raise a ticket to request add Ratify community meeting to this calendar.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Ooh. Also, I just realized our code coverage was down from 72 to 68. I think I need to do some investigation of that.
That's interesting. Binbin, like with the past few PRs, they all have had pretty high coverage, isn't it?
Yes, and also I remember maybe a few days ago it was 72, but not sure why it's just decreased to like by 4%. Yeah. Mm, not
Yeah, we
sure.
haven't merged anything major feature-wise, have we?
No, nope. Maybe it's just something wrong on the code cup. I can take it later.
Yeah, it's good like after we reached out to Alibaba, they increased their code coverage from 50% to like almost 90% now.
Yes.
It's done a good job.
Sure. Okay, yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, thank you for hosting, Binbin.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.